love and kindness. I've never lived anywhere that I have felt the kind of love and kindness that's here.
The McMinn County community is coming together. One family needed it the most. The news starts now.
With coverage you can count on, this is Channel 3 Eyewitness News at 6 in HD.
8 days ago, deadly tornadoes ripped through the Channel 3 viewing area, destroying businesses and homes. One community isn't letting the damage tear them down. Thanks for joining us. I'm Cindy Sexton.
And I'm Greg Glover, and for David Carroll. The National Weather Service confirmed 6 tornadoes in Tennessee and Alabama. 5 people were killed from tornadoes in Polk County and in Jackson County, Alabama. 2 EF1 tornadoes hit Coffee County, and an EF2 twister hit Marion and McMinn counties.
Channel 3's Tanisha Cordell tells us how the McMinn community is receiving help.
As you can see, many families are still recovering and coping with the tornado aftermath. But they're not doing it alone. The Red Cross, United Way, Sethra, and many other organizations and businesses are teaming up to help them on the road to recovery.
These folks who have been displaced, a lot of them, they only had the clothes on their back. And they don't have to go to 10 different places to find out what they need. We can help them get what they need.
Volunteer Mary Brown says it was important to make a one-stop, multi-agency center at the American Bedding in Athens for those in need. It offers everything from donated clothes, kitchenware, and diapers to services like damage assessment, pet rescue, and even eyewear replacement.
The Red Cross showed us how to do it. They gave us the information that we needed. What the most amazing thing, I think, to me is how many people have worked in here for the last few days whose homes were destroyed. And they came by and they brought extra items that someone had donated to them that they didn't need that particular item. They brought that for a different family.
Families like the Shores who are trying to rebuild their home of 6 years.
We had just found out about it, and I was amazed to look in here and see all this. Puts a whole new perspective on what's important and who steps up to help people in times like this.
The couple says the agencies have made the damage and loss bearable as they and many others try to move forward.
You don't realize how many friends you do have and how many new friends you can make until you get into something like this. And then, you know, that everybody kind of steps up and steps forward.
If you or someone you know needs help, the One Stop Shop will be open from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. through Saturday, and then 1 p.m. to 5 p.m. on Sunday. All you have to do is show proof of residency. For more ways to help, head to our website, wrcbtv.com. In McMinn County, Tanisha Cordell, Channel 3 Eyewitness News.
And on Saturday, Keep McMinn Beautiful volunteers will be helping with the cleanup. If you'd like to join them in the efforts, head to the Athens Municipal Building on Jackson Street at 9 o'clock Saturday morning. High school and college students will receive community service credit. Be sure to take work gloves and wear sturdy shoes. Organizers expect that effort to wrap up around noon.
And in Polk County, several organizations and businesses are coming together to help tornado victims in their community. The Benton IGA and the Old Sawmill Market are just 2 of the companies sponsoring a 2-night benefit concert. At least 5 bands will play on Friday and Saturday night at Dumpy's Bar there in Benton. All you need to do is pay a few dollars at the door or take along some canned goods to donate. There will also be an auction on Saturday night. All proceeds will be used to help tornado victims rebuild and get their lives back together.
People lost their homes, they don't have nowhere to stay, lost lives, and we just wanted to get together and do a benefit, help the people raise some money for food or money just to do what they need to do.
The concert on Friday night starts at 7 p.m. On Saturday, it's 3 in the afternoon. For more information about how to help and for a full list of organizations involved, you can head to our website, wrcbtv.com.
The Georgia State Fire Marshal is investigating a fatal fire in Somerville. 3 men were inside the home when the fire started on 4th Street at about 2 this morning. The 2 men living downstairs were able to get out, but the man so far only identified as Charlie never made it out. Family members say the 3 men all had special needs and were living without heat. They believe the 3 were using kerosene heaters to keep warm. Charlie is the 9th person to die in that area of Chattooga County this year in fires.
Chattanooga firefighters are trying to figure out why a Hickson home burned to the ground.
The fire was under the porch and going through the windows this morning on Varner Road. Firefighters still have more questions than answers. Channel 3 Eyewitness News reporter Michelle Herron explains what has them scratching their heads.
Somewhere in this burned heap of metal, beams, and walls are clues, and investigators know exactly what to look for. There's just not much left. A neighbor on Varner Road called for fire trucks when she heard an explosion and saw the home across the street in flames. Unsure whether anyone still lived there, neither were firefighters, as instincts took over and firefighters tried to go inside. They couldn't. Jack Brelenton says the fire was too hot and just too dangerous.
When the fire cools down a little bit, we'll be able to do a more thorough search of the structure.
Firefighters later confirmed the homeowner was not home at the time, and a more thorough search may answer how this fire started. The home had no power running to it, so Brelenton knows one thing for sure.
With no electricity, that removes one potential cause of starting a fire, electrical short or anything like that. But if there's no electricity, that removes a potential cause.
The total loss is estimated at more than $100,000. Reporting in Hickson, Michelle Herron, Channel 3 Eyewitness News.
Of course, we're following this story. We'll be sure to pass along any updates.
The century-old text mill that caught fire, it's a textile mill, caught fire in July. It'll soon be turned into an apartment complex. City Council members here in Chattanooga approved a tax break for the standard Coosa Thatcher redevelopment on Tuesday. The future affordable apartment complex will house 170 rental units. Summer fire destroyed about 16,000 square feet of the existing site. The developer for the complex now has proposed a pilot agreement to the Hamilton County Commission. Standard Coosa Lofts project is expected to cost about $57 million.
A Tennessee congressman introduced a bill that would require students to wear seat belts on school buses. U.S. Representative Steve Cohen introduced the Belts Act, which would create federal grants to purchase new school buses. Those buses would have lap and shoulder seat belts. Under the bill, employers would be required to do background checks before hiring school bus drivers. Well, the Senate passed a bill that will provide $1 billion in grants to Tennessee. Senator Alexander pushed for the 21st Century Cures Act for 2 years. The Senate passed it 94-5, and the House passed the legislation by an overwhelming margin. The bill will help fight various issues like improving electronic health records, making it easier for doctors and hospitals to get the information they need to treat patients. But Senator Alexander said the central reason he pushed for the bill is because of the opioid crisis.
It will help us find cures for cancer. It will help us find cures for Alzheimer's, which affects so many families, and it will help provide $1 billion to fight opioids, which is an epidemic that's killing more Tennesseans than gunshots or car wrecks every year.
With the Senate's passage today, the legislation will now head to the president's desk to become law. Well, the temperature is dipping below freezing now. The Salvation Army has opened its overnight emergency shelter. The organization is looking for volunteers to help serve in the shelter, and supplies like toiletries, heaters, and non-perishable items are also needed. If you'd like to help out, we put the address there on your screen, Salvation Army, 822 Macaulay Avenue. You can also visit our website, WRCBTV.com, for more details on how you can help.
With that blast of cold weather coming in, a reminder of how to stay safe while you're keeping warm. The Tennessee State Fire Marshal's office says you should use extra caution when using portable heaters. Keep anything flammable at least 3 feet away from the heat source. Never use your oven to heat your home. And remember to turn portable heaters off when you leave the room or go to bed. Don't forget to test your smoke alarms. Heating sources are a major cause of home fires. Chief Meteorologist Paul Barris tells us what's coming up in weather. Paul?
That's right. In just a few minutes, I'll be telling you how cold it's going to be for the next couple of nights. It's going to be the coldest of the season. That's a little hint. And then we'll tell you about any next chance for rain. It's all on my 7-day forecast.
And coming up, the Forgotten Child Fund is feeling a little forgotten this year with empty boxes.
I don't want a child to wake up Christmas morning without a toy, and somehow we're going to feel it.
Some children could wake up to nothing because one donation drive fell through this year, but you can help make up for it. We'll tell you how after these messages. A local charity that ensures every child in town has toys to open on Christmas morning is in need of your help.
The Forgotten Child Fund is low on donations. This is a look at last year's donation pile as compared to this year's stash. Now the unexpected cancellation of the biggest fundraiser they have, officials are turning to you to help make up for that loss. Channel 3 Eyewitness News reporter Kelly McCarthy tells us how we can all help.
With just a few weeks before Christmas, these bins at the Forgotten Child Fund are usually overflowing with donations. But this year, they're in a desperate need of toys in order to give some to more than 10,000 needy children. Volunteers spend months sorting, organizing, and filling up toy boxes for children.
This is a bigger operation than a lot of people realize.
Each year, they hand out more than $700,000 worth of toys. But this year, the planned benefit concert with US 101 and country singer Granger Smith is canceled.
Well, the concert is probably can be as much as 50% of our income. I mean, it's a big concert for us.
Granger Smith fell off stage during a concert last week, broke 2 ribs, and punctured his lung.
But with the concert that we had planned being canceled, we really need some donations.
Yeah, I mean, tonight was the kickoff night we usually do because it kicks off, and tomorrow we take the money here at the station. With Granger Smith falling and puncturing his lung, he couldn't do it.
Right.
And that usually kicks off a huge amount of money for us to really get us into Friday and help spread the word with the people at the concert. So without that, we need all the help we can get tomorrow.
On Friday, US 101 will collect donations all day long to make up for that loss.
You know, we understand that the area is in what we're calling donation shock right now because they're giving to everything.
Donations will then go toward making an emergency purchase of toys in order to fill every child's Christmas box.
I hate to keep asking, you know, I hate to keep coming out here saying we need these toys, but we do. I don't want a child to wake up Christmas morning without a toy, and somehow we're going to feel it.
Even though tonight's concert has been canceled, there will still be a Forgotten Child Fund fundraiser all day tomorrow from 6 a.m. until 6 p.m. We have all of the details on how you can help on our website at WRCBTV.com. In Chattanooga, Kelly McCarthy, Channel 3 Eyewitness News.
Coming up at 6, more cold air is moving in, but it may lead to a really pretty Saturday morning.
Chief Meteorologist Paul Barris, storm alert forecast is coming up when we return.
Well, the latest drought chart came in, so we have improved. The whole area was pretty much under an exceptional drought. That has shifted southward from Dalton on southward to about Atlanta. Still an exceptional drought, which is the worst type of drought you can have. We are now under the second worst drought. It's an extreme drought. And the Cumberland Plateau all the way up to Nashville and Kentucky is under severe drought. So we're still very, very dry. We're over 15 inches below normal. So we just want to break out of this pattern of dryness and just get an occasional rain, and that will help us out a lot, because it's going to be a slow, slow process to get out of a total drought. There are a few sprinkles that have been moving out of Texas into Louisiana, but this is very, very light rain. Now, further off to the north, the big news is the snow that's flying across Michigan, up into northeastern Ohio, northwestern Pennsylvania, and also the western part of New York State. They are getting lambasted right now with up to a foot of snow in some spots. So it's coming down like gangbusters, and that's going to continue. That's all lake effect. It has nothing to do with storms, just the wind coming off the warm Great Lakes and very cold temperatures. Winds out of the northwest at 8. Right here, it's 39 in the city, 40 Dalton and Cleveland, 42 Athens, 32 already in Murphy, Fort Payne 37, 45, 39, a high and a low for today. And sky watchers called in with temperatures in the 40s, except for Fort Mountain at 37, 46 Dalton and Calhoun, 45 Lafayette, 45 in Cleveland, 46 Soddy Daisy. Lakeside hit nearly 50, while Dunlap was 45. 37 Lookout Mountain, only 34 in Mowbray Mountain. Red Bank was 43, and 43 in Murphy, with 45 Athens to Etowah, and 47 out near Dayton, while Pikeville was 44, and only 39 Cagle Mountain, Coal Mountain about 40. Latest Vipercast is showing very little around here. We're going to see sunshine tomorrow, but very cold temperatures too. All the clouds are going to be from Kentucky on northward, with those lake effect snows still up along the Great Lakes. High pressure will sit over us Saturday morning, and that's going to keep the winds fairly calm, and we're going to get very cold once again. Into Saturday afternoon, Saturday evening, a warm front starts to approach, so the wind shift out of the south warms us up a little bit, but all the rain is going to have to wait until probably Monday. Maybe late Sunday night, but mainly on Mondays when we'll see that rain around here. So the pinpoint forecast for tomorrow, Tracy City at 36 up on the plateau, but lots of sunshine. And Fort Oglethorpe, you'll be near 41. That's not a bargain though. 24 tonight, fair skies and northerly winds. Tomorrow, 41, sunshine and northerly winds. Not too strong. Tomorrow night, 24, light winds. So that means there's going to be a frost. And if we get a frost all over the place at 24 and in the teens away from the city, it's going to be very pretty. It's going to look like it's snowed, but it is not snow. And it'll definitely be frosty on your cars with those clear skies. 7-day forecast. We got 40s through Saturday. And look at those lows again. Very, very cold, even on Sunday morning. And then we got a chance for rain Monday and into Tuesday and Wednesday, also drying off on Thursday. Okay. So we could see another ½ inch to an inch of rain by that time.
Yeah. Paul, thank you.
Okay.
Stick around. Sports is next, and we're live at the big pro boxing event downtown.
After decades off, the pro boxing scene continues to make a comeback inside the scenic city. Tonight is yet another example, and the main event is more than just an example. It's a story of redemption from the streets of Chattanooga to the pro boxing ranks. Roger the Hitman Hilly is making his pro debut tonight, and our very own Jill Jelnick has a ringside seat. Jill.
Paul, that's exactly right. Roger the Hitman Hilly has been dreaming of this moment since he was 12 years old. He's been fighting his way through the amateur level, and now for the first time, he'll be fighting at the next level, making his professional boxing debut right here at the Chattanooga Convention Center. Now, it's not easy to go from amateur to professional in any sport, but especially this one. And here to help us let us know a little more about that is YCAP Executive Director Andy Smith. Andy, thank you so much for joining us.
No, thanks for having us. We're so blessed by you guys' support.
I know you worked closely with Roger at his time during YCAP. Talk to a little bit about how he got involved, how he got started, and how he became the fighter he is now.
So Roger, we first met him at 11 years old through his brother. His older brother Joseph was living with us at the time, and Roger just wanted to get involved in boxing, and at a young age, you know, to be honest, he wasn't very good. And through the years, hard work, discipline, work ethic, and all those things, he even lived in our home along with his brother for about 6 years growing up. So, and now it's put him to where he is today.
It's a big jump going from amateur to professional, especially in boxing. What can we expect from Roger? What can we expect tonight?
So now, you know, the transition's always tough because obviously no headgear, smaller gloves, more rounds. So there's a lot to it, but it's just for him, it's just taking his time and instead of throwing a whole lot of punches like we do in the amateurs, it's more focusing on pinpointing those shots and just being very accurate.
Thank you so much, Andy. We're looking forward to it tonight. Again, Chattanooga Convention Center, Roger the Hitman Hilly, 7 p.m. bell time. Paul, back to you.
Thanks so much. He is the main event. 6 fights on the docket tonight, 4 amateur, 2 pro. We'll have highlights tonight at 11. Hey, we've reached that point in the show where we mention more postseason more postseason SEC awards. Today it was the AP releasing its SEC awards. Alabama swept the big ones. Jalen Hurts, Offensive Player of the Year and Newcomer of the Year. Jonathan Allen, Defensive Player of the Year. Nick Saban, Coach of the Year. Alabama placed 7 total on first team All-SEC. Tennessee DN Derek Barnett was the only Vol first team selection. Some All-American nods to get to as well. The USA Today named Alabama's Reuben Foster, Jonathan Allen, and Tennessee's Derek Barnett first team All-Americans. Sports Illustrated did the same with the addition of Alabama's Cam Robinson. On the FCS level, 3 mocks were named College Sports Madness FCS All-Americans. Senior offensive lineman Corey Levin, senior defensive end Keontae Davis, and junior O-lineman Jacob Revis, all received All-American honor. A reminder, too, Davis, the Red Bank native, will play in next month's Senior Bowl. He's the first mock to be invited since Terrell Owens in 1996. That is it for sports. I'm excited about this boxing event tonight. Yes, I might head down there and watch Roger.
We'll get an update at 11. Thank you, Paul. How about tonight, Paul?
All right, for your evening out, this is the way it's looking. We're going to see some clearing skies, just a few scattered clouds. 37 to 30 by midnight. That's be a little bit chilly with the wind, too, out of the north. It's going to feel colder than that. 24 to 28 when you wake up, and a little bit of a wind still, so it's going to feel colder. And away from the city, it's going to probably be in at least the upper teens, probably up on the plateau, 18, 19 degrees. So it's going to be a chilly one in the morning. It's going to be even colder, I think, Saturday morning with a low of about 24 in the city, but about 15 to 20 up on the higher elevations and away from the city. 44 Saturday. Sunday, 52, and some showers moving on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday.
Okay. Paul, thank you. Thanks for joining us for Eyewitness News at 6.
Your news continues 24 hours a day at WRCBTV.com. Nightly news is next. We'll see you back here at 11.